Dear Brett, you begin some stories and soon have this feeling of a dreadful ending. Halfway through, you prepare yourself for it. And yet, the end, when it comes, hits you as if by flipping the last page. You have agreed to carry the grief outside the pages. Those were my thoughts, dear Brett, after I finished the last words of this book by Hemingway. Let's sidestep from grief for a while now. It was cool in the summer at night, and the spring in Abruzzi was the most beautiful in Italy. How much Abruzzi must have changed in these 100 years, Brett. But I'm still curious. Is it still Italy's most beautiful in spring? I say we should visit the place, and then wander through other places in Italy and validate the claim. And please stop that stare of disbelief. I'm serious. And 100, Brett. There are at least 100 mentions of rain in this book, and here is my favorite. I remember waking in the morning and the sunlight was coming in through the window. The rain had stopped and I stepped out of bed and across the floor to the window. Down below were the gardens, bare now but beautifully regular, the gravel paths, the trees, the stone wall. And you ask why it's a favorite? Imagine reading the previous extract right after a similar scene unfolds outside your window at home. The only difference was Catherine, who was excluded in this letter for obvious reasons. It's eerie how books are speaking directly to me about things I'm either experiencing or thinking about. Back to the rain now. There was rain at the wharf-front during the retreat, when meeting Catherine, when escaping Italy by boat to Switzerland, and finally when he walked back to the hotel alone from the hospital. I soon realized rain plays a significant role, almost equal to other aspects like Catherine and the ongoing war. Back to the ending now. A happy ending was out of question. I worried about the narrator's arrest for retreating from his war duties. But once they reached Switzerland, I dismissed the possibility, but then came the fear of death. Who will die? I kept thinking. I didn't pick this book expecting plot twists or adventures. I wanted to read all of Hemingway's works. Why Hemingway? It could have been any other author, as I explained in letter 99. And how is it going so far? The writing and its style oscillate between 3 pages of vivid descriptions that take you to the chaotic days of the war, followed by 2 or 3 pages of nothing but dialogue. It's also strange how Hemingway evokes grief without explicitly describing it. I could see Catherine lying on a table, covered by a sheet. A sheet? There was a lump in my mind, and the author follows it up with, "Hello, darling," Catherine said in a strained voice. A sheet? Why, Hemingway? Why? If she isn't dead, why use that word at all? Maybe it was to foreshadow what was to come. The end is worse than one death. When Frederick suffers it, all we are told is his desire to stay with his dead lover in a dark room, followed by a walk outside, in rain. Not a word describes the pain of the American-born Frederick, who was in a war that was not his, during which he falls in love with a nurse who he had lost during childbirth. We as readers feel broken when books end this way. Yet, had Hemingway ended with Frederick and Catherine happily drinking at their favorite bar, we would wonder, wait, that's it? No remarkable ending? We want drama and adventure without any added grief, which sadly is not a readily available combination in books or life. Best wishes, Brooding Brook. To Brett, 1925, Paris, from the book The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. And hey, I may have found a place I would love to stay in Abruzzo.